Hello boss babes and bosses out there. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how I manage my money as a freelancer. So basically, I'm just going to share with you how I save, how I invest, and I will give you tips kung ano yung mga nag-work sa akin. But please know, disclaimer lang ha, I'm not a financial advisor or I'm not a wealth coach. Just want to share with you how I do money management as a freelancer for more than 10 years now. I hope you're excited. Let's dive in. I want to give you a background lang ha kung ano yung relationship ko with money before. Okay? Before, when I started my freelancing journey, siguro if you are watching my previous videos, na-mention ko doon na hindi talaga ako nag-start na malaki agad yung sahod. First sahod ko sa first client ko noon is 10K per month lang. Tapos kumuha ko ng ibang client, naging 30K na per month. I'm basically accepting clients talaga from here and there. So that's why faster yung growth ng income ko per month. I didn't expect na lalaki siya ng ganon, yung income ko per month. So parang na-shock ako na, oh, I can earn pala this big. So na-shock ang tita niyo. Ang ginawa niya, bili siya ng bili ng mga kung ano-ano sa online. Like literally kung ano-ano talaga. Kahit hindi niya gagamitin, like bibilihin lang niya sa thought na, I like this one here, I like the thought na binili ko siya. So dito lang to. Kahit hindi ko talaga siya ginagamit. Pero you know what? Umabot ako sa point na, so what's next? After buying all of this kind of stuff, like hindi naman sobrang mga bongga and all, like mga luxury bags, hindi naman ganun yung mga binibili ko. Ay, yung mga buting-ting lang ng mga bagay din na yung pagkabata gusto kong bilhin pero hindi ko mabili. Yung gano'n. Na-realize ko na, oy, I want to invest na. Sumali ako ng mga events na about savings and investments. Mapa-physical man or online. Sometimes pumunta pa ako ng Manila just to attend mga savings and investments ng mga ganap. One thing talaga nakapagtulong sa akin how to manage my money well is yung kay Brother Bo Sanchez na Truly Rich Club. Yun talaga yung first kind of sinalihan ko. Parang may subscription siya. So ayun, nag-subscribe ako ng I think for 2 years kay Brother Bo. He is teaching us how to invest sa stock market. Ang ganda kasi super basic talaga yung mga tinuturo niya kung paano mag-buy and mag-sell ng stocks. And then from that then on, nainganyo na ako to save and invest more. Doon ako naging conscious kung saan ko ginagastos yung pera ko. So this is what I learned over the years, no? So the first lesson that I want to share with you guys is to have financial goals sa ma-earn mo na money. Kasi if you don't have a solid goal or goals sa ma-earn mo, mawawala lang siya ng parang bula. But if you are so intentional kung ano talaga yung gusto mong ma-achieve or ano yung gusto mong mabili or ano yung gusto mong ma-invest, mababudget mo talaga siya ng tama na, okay, so for this month, ikakat ko muna yung pag-milk tea ko or yung pagko-coffee ko kasi I want to achieve this by the end of the month or I want to buy this by the end of the month. Yung ganun, if you are so clear and specific kung ano yung financial goal mo for this year, next 5 years, and so on, it would be easier for you to budget your money and to make sure that you are earning well for that goal. Before, wala talaga akong financial goals. Ang goal ko lang is magbili ng kung ano-ano sa online. Money in and then money out agad. Kasi pag dumating na yung pera, bili agad ng mga kung ano-ano sa online. So that was way back mga around 2013, 2014, 2015. Pero ngayon, wise na tita niya. Max! So the second one is to always track your expenses and profits earned every month. So ginagawa ko to every end of the month or first week of next month. Tinatrack ko or tinatrack ng twin ko yung income ko for September sa first week of October para malaman namin kung deficit ba for this month or may na-save pa. If you are going to do that, matatrack mo yung whole trend mo sa isang year. So makikita mo na, okay, so every first quarter and second quarter, malaki always yung sahod ko. Pero by the third quarter and fourth quarter, medyo mahina na. So you can really see the trend. And it's important na makita mo yung trend para mas maka-adjust ka sa expenses mo, sa savings mo, sa mga sources of income mo. Siguro kung makikita mo na, ay, every third quarter, hindi ganoon nagpipeak. So that time also, mag-iisip-isip ka na, ano na naman yung mga sources of income mo na pwede mong i-implement on that month para maka-help to stabilize your income per month para hindi ka magkulang. I highly recommend you to do this talaga kasi it's very, very helpful na malaman kung saan yung money in mo and ano yung mga money out mo, ano yung money trend mo, and the likes. So, third tip ko na isi-share ko sa inyo, have separate accounts for your savings. Let's say, savings for emergency fund. That's one of the major savings that you need to have talaga if you are a freelancer. I've already talked about that here. Nasabi ko na at least 3 to 6 months of monthly expenses mo, meron sa loob ng bank na yan. Pero if kaya, gawin mo ng 12 months or 1 year. Para sure talaga na for 1 year, makakasurvive ka no matter what. Yung ganon. The second savings na kailangan na meron kang separate account is yung for big purchases. Like for example, you are planning to buy a house or maybe you are planning to buy a car. Anything na mamahalin talaga, create another savings account for that para pwedeng doon mo siya ilagay. And the third savings naman na I would say you have to have na separate account kung pwede is for your investments. Meron ka bang plan na mag-invest sa real estate or meron ka bang plan na mag-invest or bumili ng lot or meron ka bang plan na magtayo ng physical business, yung mga ganon, you have to have another separate account for that para at least it would be easier for you to monitor or to make sure na you have money for that. That is for savings ha. I'm not yet still talking about saan we invest. But siguro investment would be a different video na lang because this will be a very, very long video if I will still include the investments na I'm currently investing. And I would really, really love to talk about that. But let's focus more on how I save, budget, and invest my money. So, hindi muna tayo mag-deep dive sa investments, okay? So, yeah. The next lesson learned ko, na ito din yung problema ko before, na magiging tip ko na sa inyo ngayon, is to hire a professional when it comes to taxes. Hire someone who knows how to do that. Kasi pag hindi mo talaga alam siya gawin, tapos pinupush mo talaga na ikaw lang yung gagawa, kahit not sure ka if you're doing the right thing, mas magastos siya. Yan yung nangyari sa akin. That's why sinabi ko na lesson learned yan for me. So hire someone talaga who can do that for you para hindi ka malakihan sa penalties. So yeah, yung tita nyo, ang laki ng mga binabayad sa mga penalties kasi before I'm just doing it on my own. So the next tip that I'm going to share with you is that pay your loans or yung meron kang mga hiram na pera, pay first yung may malaking interest. Yun talaga yung uunahin mo para hindi ka mas malubog sa utang. Pero I'm not saying ha na unahin mo yun tapos yung iba na hindi ganoon kataas yung interest rate, huwag yun ang bayaran. No, I'm not saying that. Let's be clear here. Ha? Be responsible naman if mag-utang kayo, make sure na kaya nyo talagang bayaran. I'm talking para sa lahat ha, wala akong ano. I don't want to touch this topic. Pero yeah, isa talaga yan sa magandang tip. And make sure na hindi ka din manghihiram sa super napakataas ng interest kasi mahihirapan ka din nun, diba? Pero sometimes I know wala na talagang choice, no? I'm actually avoiding to talk about this utang-utang kind of thing because I don't want to sting anyone, you know? So yeah, let's move on. So, sa next tip na i-share ko sa inyo is to cut down monthly expenses na hindi nyo naman talaga ginagamit. So, for example niyan, if you are not really using your subscription sa TV, you can cut it down. For us, isa yan sa mga kinat ko kasi hindi naman talaga ako nanonood ng TV. Kung meron akong panoodin sa TV namin, it's just movies. And then, my mom naman din, hindi din naman siya nag-watch. Tin-turn on lang niya yung TV. Like, for example, nakikinig siya ng balita. Pero hindi naman talaga siya nag-watch. Nagsa-cellphone siya. So, sabi ko, let's just cut it down para hindi na natin yan bayaran. So, isa yun sa example. And another example then, if nagpipay kayo monthly sa gym, tapos nagbabayad kayo ng, let's say, 2K for the gym subscription ba tawag doon? Gym plan. Basta. Tapos, once a month lang kayo pumupunta doon. That is not good to do. Mas okay pa na mag-walk-in ka na lang. Just be wise in managing your money. Just be wise kung ano talaga yung mas kailangan and kung ano yung pwede nang wala lang. So, sa next tip na i-share ko sa inyo guys is to buy mga high quality products talaga. Yung kahit medyo pricey siya ng konti sa iba, pero mas quality naman siya at mas matagal siyang masira kesa sa sobrang cheap nga, pero kinabukasan, sira na siya. That's one thing also that I implemented sa self ko, especially when it comes to gadgets. I always prefer talaga the one na parang alam ko na yung quality compared sa yung mga cheap lang, tapos hindi ganoon ka-smooth yung experience. So the next tip that I'm going to share with you is to have a side hustle or another source of income. So sa panahon ngayon, no, it would be easy na talaga to have another source of income, especially with the technologies. Ang dami na talagang pwedeng side hustle ngayon. Pwede ka nang mag-affiliate marketing, pwede ka nang mag-dropshipping, pwede ka nang mag-VA, pwede ka nang maging video editor. If you just really want to learn new skills, tapos i-pitch mo yan sa mga clients. And even sa offline, like walang kinalaman sa computer, ang dami na ngayong pwedeng maging source of income. Is just you have to learn ano yung kalakaran sa ganyang business. You have to learn kung paano nag-work yung industry na gusto mong maging part of. So if you want to be part of mga online freelancer, you can learn kung paano sila nag-earn ng income, ano yung mga services na ina-offer nila, saan makakakuha ng clients and all. If you want to learn about that, meron na tayong playlist for that. You can check out sa baba. If you also want to be a social media manager, meron din tayong playlist for that. That's all for free, so you can just browse lang din sa description natin. So yeah, see you there sa playlist. Anyways, yeah, there are a lot of things na pwede talaga na maging another source of income. For me, no, i-share ko lang ng very quick. Meron tayong sa affiliate marketing, sa content creation dito sa YouTube, for Google Ads, and sometimes mga video sponsorship. The fourth one naman is yung sa agency ko. The fifth one is yung sa freelancing ko talaga. Yun talaga yung main bread and butter ko. And then, another pa is yung digital products na ginagawa namin sa BossedUp PH. So, there are a lot of things talaga. Let me know kung ano yung mga gusto nyong i-discuss ko when it comes to mga pwedeng side hustle or another source of income. Comment it below if you want me to dive deep sa topic na yun. Okay, so sa next tip na i-share ko sa inyo, this is a bit counterintuitive, no? Pero I would say this is one of the best tip na ibibigay ko sa inyo. It is to pay yourself first talaga. What I mean by that is that celebrate your small wins. Kahit small wins lang yan, do something na magiging happy ka. Do something na magpapa-raise ng vibration mo. Hindi necessary na you have to buy yourself an iPhone 14, no? You have to buy yourself a new shoes. You have to buy yourself like this, like that. Hindi naman ganon. Maybe it means na you will go off a day. Like, hindi ka magtrabaho for a day kasi gusto mo mag-relax lang. Or maybe you go out with friends. Or maybe you will just buy your favorite coffee. Or maybe you'll just have a whole body massage. Parang yung something na makakapagbigay sa'yo ng happiness. Kasi the more that you feel abundant, the more you feel at peace, the more you feel na you are enough, that you are doing great, that you are basically doing the right things, the more ka na mas makaka-attract ng blessings. So, I would highly encourage you na make yourself happy din. You deserve that. You deserve to be happy. You deserve kung ano yung mga pinaghihirapan mo. You deserve to pay yourself. You deserve a tap at the back. So, if no one is doing that for you, tap your back now and say, you're doing great. Say, you're doing great. But don't say Suway. Say your name. So, yeah. It will really help you to feel motivated again, to feel inspired, to do more, to be more, to help others, and the rest will follow. Okay, so before I'm going to share with you the last thing, but of course, this is not the list, I want you to comment below kung ano pa yung gusto nyo na itapi ko next time when it comes to money, savings, investments, and maybe another source of income, another side hustle, and all. Just comment it below so that we will know ano pa yung mga content na gusto nyo makita from us. So aside from giving tithes, no, if you don't know what is tithes, it's something na you're giving a percentage of your income or earnings to support religious organizations or establishments. So aside from that, I would highly encourage you to save money for Goodwill. Okay, ako lang yung nagbibigay ng name ito ha. Goodwill Savings yung tawag ko nito. Goodwill is a savings for me na naka-save siya to help other people. Ito yung savings where if someone asks for help, especially financially, doon na ako kukuha. Hindi ako kukuha sa personal money ko, doon ako kukuha sa Goodwill Savings ko. Usually, ang mga money out ko sa Goodwill Savings is more on supporting a charity, outreach program, and mga individual people na need financial help. Hindi naman talaga necessary na you have to give 10,000 for that person. Hindi naman ganun. Kahit gaano kalaki or kahit gaano kaliit yung ibigay nyo, as long as you are giving it from the heart talaga and you are not expecting something in return, then God will bless you more. And when I say God will bless you more, it doesn't mean na magbibigay siya ng money. Parang feeling natin money lang siya. It's all about money. No. Blessings is all about having an abundant life. Like sometimes ang blessing niya is, giving you good health, having a good mental health, emotional health, physical health, yung mga ganun. Giving your mom good health, safe lahat ng mahal mo sa buhay. It means having a good relationship with your partner, having a good relationship with your family, with your friends, yung mga ganun. Giving you more clients, giving you more positive vibes only, sometimes giving you true and loyal friends, yung mga ganun. So, yeah, I would highly encourage you to do that as well kasi it will really return in a very beautiful way. But before I'm going to end this, I would like to share with you this beautiful quote na narinig ko kay Peter Chino na, tell me where you spend your money, tell me where your money is going, and I will tell you what's your spiritual life. It just basically means na malalaman mo kung ano yung relationship mo with God, kung paano mo ginagamit yung money mo. So, yeah, try to ponder things, especially when it comes to budgeting your money. Make sure that you are intentionally spending it sa mga tama and importanteng bagay that will help you and help other people as well. So, yeah, I hope this video gives you an idea kung paano i-save ang money, kung saan pwede i-invest. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, at ito yung meron akong mga lesson learned. I'm just sharing it to you guys. So, yeah, if you like this kind of video, don't forget to join our Facebook group. I'm ready to boss up 𝗷𝗲𝘁, and don't forget to like our Facebook page at BossedUp PH and follow us on our Instagram accounts at 𝗷𝗲𝘁 and at BossedUp PH. So, yeah, hope to see you guys on my next one. Bye!